Hello, everybody. Welcome to my stream. Queer Games. Heck yeah. Celebration of small and independent video games that have queer themes, or queer worldview, queer characters, or queer mechanics, or some combination of all of the above. I'm Luke Miller. I'm a game dev. Helping out with the Queer Games Festival by taking screenshots of games and so since I'm playing through them anyway, I thought I'd stream it, create a bit of space, promote some of these cool games, and get some experience streaming, and talk out loud about what I like and don't like about games. Just to kind of get better, I guess, about improving my video game literacy, because I'm quite jealous of other game devs. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that out loud, but yeah, so many people that you see do such amazing work that sometimes you're like, how do they even do it? But I think the first step to maybe getting to that level is just to talk about what you like and don't like. And if you can put it into words, then maybe you start to think about how you may apply it to my own games. I switched the personal pronouns up there quite badly. I'm always trying to get into the habit of not saying you when I'm talking about myself. It's like, you need to talk about what you like and don't like in games. That should be, I need to talk about what I don't like in games and do like. Why do we like queer games? Well, if you watch the videos or you watch the streams, I do give a little spiel at the start. So I'm going to skip that today, but just watch the video before this or the video after this, if there is a video before this or after this, and that will explain why queer games are so great. Everyone should, I think dip into the world every so often. One of the things I like about the Queer Games Festival is that it really does serve up just a really great snapshot of games each year, of quality games too. Because I guess it's a bit self-selecting. Like, people enter their games because they like them. They think they're good examples of queer games, and so it really is like a sort of a curation. There is also a little bit of curation as well. So it is really great annual snapshot of where queer games are at. I like to think it's the best queer games of the year. But you don't want to I heard the phrase the other day, queer ranking, and how we shouldn't queer rank. And that's so spot on. Like, I really, we talk about queer politics. I think part of it is sort of this consensus-driven, anti-hierarchical kind of model, and I think ranking games, it's a bit more on that hierarchical end of the scale than the sort of the everyone getting along end of the scale. But there's such little space for queer games that we developers have to actually create the space, and so I think doing that annual snapshot, saying which ones we like, or what we like about the ones that we really like. It's really it's not even about ranking them so much. It's about sort of recontextualizing them and looking at them from different angles. And by looking at them from different angles, we create more space for them. That's my theory anyway. Because I don't want to be the bad guy. So, I just come up with whatever thing I need to think to get me through the day. As I think most people do. So what are we looking at? We are looking at Wrong Number, a game I know nothing about, other than that I think it's a comedy dating sim. Ren'Py, which is a framework for visual novels, a popular one, very easy to use. But I don't know. I mean, I assume the content can be a bit rude. I see the triple X on the thing, so. But we can tiptoe around that stuff because we are on a stream. It's a bit of a mainstream stream. I don't know how far I can get. But as I said, we're just here to give people a flavor of these games. Unfortunately, we don't have time to play them all the way through to the end. But let's get going. I'm excited to see this one. I normally play 2 games in a day, and so this is the second game today. And the first one was a dating sim as well, because I've got the list of games, and they're randomized. So I'm just kind of pulling the 2 games off the order of this randomized list, and it's given me 2 gay dating games today. which is not a genre that I've actually played much of. I guess I'm afraid to open my heart to characters like me. Isn't that interesting? Or is it? Wait a minute. I've just got a message. Yes. One of my straight friends is engaged or getting engaged, but there's just a lot of straight people drama. Flights are cancelled, flights are uncancelled. There's a lot of slamming doors. I expect them to elope at some point, and just the whole purpose of this 6 month period is just to kind of like, I don't know, it's a ritual that straight people have to go through. I'll probably get in trouble. Don't worry, he's not watching. It's almost midnight by the time I return home from drinking with the boys. Midnight? Who's up that late? He lives in the TARDIS? Carefully stumbling through my 2 bedroom apartment, I try not to disturb my housemate. This is. Okay, so the other thing I think about this game is I think it is set in Australia, which is where I am. And I already, within 2 lines, I'm there. The Getting home midnight after drinking with the boys, and this marble bench of an apartment, of a fairly modern apartment, up against the wall with the 2 PowerPoints in the left hand corner. That is word for word what my kitchen area looks like. Except my tiles, I've got a glass back instead of tiles. Crazy. It's so weird to see yourself represented in games. That's right, I'm saying the guy in this game and we're twins. The door to this bedroom creaks loudly. I freeze. There's no sign of anyone waking up. Luca. What? He's even got. What? I'm Luke. Phew. Creeping further inside, I kick off my shoes before throwing my keys and wallet onto my desk. Well, I keep my keys and wallet in the kitchen area. Big difference. They intentionally make a loud thud. Shh. Shushing my inanimate belongings seems to do the trick. Slowly making my way to the corner of my room, I spread my arms wide and jump face first onto my bed. We even have similar beds. This is freaking me out a bit. Have I... I mean, I don't keep a list, but has this guy been to my house? Fatigue from today's work dissipates as my body melts into the cotton sheets. That's the shit. That's the heck. God damn it. Heck it. Heck it to hell. Heck it to heck. I shut my eyes tightly to stop the room from spinning. I'm going to be hungover for work tomorrow. Today? What time is it? Heck it. I need to sleep. A little intro there. Prologue. Who's calling so late on a Thursday night? I lift up and reach the phone in my back pocket. He's cute. And they animated the blinking. Okay, so when it comes to visual novels, I guess I have a series of like levels for where I'm like, okay, what kind of visual novel is it? There's the one where it's written and drawn by the same person. This is like a scale of, I don't know what I call it, like quality or craftsmanship, I guess, which is queer ranking again. I said I wouldn't do it. But when I see the character blinking, I'm like, oh, they've had time to blink, to animate the blinking. That's fancy. I lift my head up and reach for my phone in my back pocket. One thing I think is very unfortunate for contemporary games is that the mobile phones almost always date the game. Like you play something from 2010 and the phones are all like, I don't know, the iPhone 3 or something. There's just no way around it. You have to lean into that, to your time zone, I guess. Oh, do we... No, we just answer? Or do we click? It's an unknown number. Well, when on stream, I try to take the dumb decisions, so let's answer it.
Hello?
Oh. There's a moment's silence on the other end of the phone before I hear an unfamiliar voice.
I'm looking for Zeta.
You know, I think I actually know the person that did that voice.
Zeta. You have the wrong number.
That's a real shame. This guy has a pretty sexy voice. There's another momentary pause before he speaks again. Heck.
Who is this? And how did you get my number?
Okay, I'm going to turn the volume up a bit. If there's voice volume, that's good. Okay, I'll turn the music down a bit. And I'll go back. And then I'll turn up the whole sound for the game. Alright, great.
Oh, shit, sorry, mate. I met this chick that works at a bar a few weeks ago, and, I thought she finally gave me her number, but it looks like she just wrote some random digits down and it turned out to be yours.
Wow, poor guy. He asked for her number and got mine instead. I mean, I'd be okay with Luca's number. Heck, this is so lame.
Don't sweat it, buddy. These things happen all the time.
Yeah, right. You get rando dudes just calling you up all the time.
Okay, not all the time. Man, I wish I was getting more random booty calls. At least that would spice up my life. Maybe I could tease this guy a little. What else am I going to do on Thursday night? Sleep? Ha. I'm too awake for that now. So what are you going to ask Zada out to? What?
You called this chick up with the intention of asking her out, right? At midnight. What was your game plan here?
Not a booty call. I was working up the courage to invite her out to the movies, I guess.
This is another, like, quality hurdle this game has crossed by having voice acting. I do feel like if you're an indie dev, it's like one of those things that's like a whole bit of a holy grail. You're like, wouldn't it be great to have voice acting? And especially a visual novel with just so many words. It's actually quite an epic thing. But then it becomes that thing as like, I don't know about you, but I'm always drafting the text right up until the very last minute. So how do you... And the lead time for voiceover is quite a lot longer. So how do you sort of balance recording and not having a finished script? And I think maybe we're seeing a bit of it here, where some of the things are worded and some of them aren't. But I'm 100% forgiving of that because I've been through it. And I'm like, having every fifth word narrated is, to me, that's 90% of the way there. And also, I love it as a streamer, I've discovered just now, because it gives me a little break. His game plan is pretty unoriginal.
Generic. Even I could have given you a fake number.
Oi! I got gold class tickets, alright?
Movie dates are terrible first dates. Oh, so he does have a bit of spunk. Oh. At least the room stops spinning now.
Fancy. Were you going to wine and dine on cheese and crackers as well?
He responds to my sarcasm in kind.
Yeah, well, fuck you too, mate.
With a voice like that? Yes, please. Oh. Let's take a chance on this guy. It's not like I have anything to lose. Why don't I go with you instead? What? To the movies. Wait, but why? What else are you gonna take? Zeta? Hey mate, I don't see why I should go with you though. I don't even know your name. Looks like introductions are in order.
It's Luca.
Wodka?
Luca.
Luca?
Yeah, Luca. That's my name. And you are?
Oh, I'm Xander. Xander.
This guy can be kind of cute when he wants to be. Xander, like as in Alexander? Yeah, exactly like that. Well, that makes sense. Nice to meet you, Xander. So what movie are we watching? I hear him scoff on the other end of the
You're
line.
really just going to insert yourself into my affairs like that?
You're the one that called me.
Wasn't my intention.
And yet here we are.
Fine, there's a new spy movie that came out recently. Well, that dates this film. This game. The one that's part of a trilogy. Hey, I actually wanted to watch that one too. When are you free? I hear him groan before responding.
This Saturday, there's a 6 p.m. screening at Melbourne Central.
Melbourne Central! The cinemas there are okay. I like Melbourne Central for people watching. I know that sounds a bit dodgy, but I guess because it's quite a busy area, and there's like really good cross section of people, like a lot of students, a lot of business people, a lot of commuters, a lot of day trippers, because it's in the center of the city. So it's quite nice to just go and have lunch there in that really terrible food court, and just be surrounded by people. I remember going there after the pandemic, kind of. I'm not saying it's over, but I guess after we were allowed out of our houses, and just sort of being there was just crazy. Just having all these people walking around. Because I think one of the things about Melbourne Central, I don't know if you've never been there, is that the people flow is appalling. Like, there's just, because it's built on top of a train station, so you've got immense traffic, commuters coming in and out, but there's no kind of straight lines for them to come in and out, so everyone's always like crossing each other all the time. And it's a very large food court, but it's like in a little cul-de-sac, so there's like no people walking through the food court. There's just people sort of always just walking all over the place. So it's a large group of people walking in sort of random patterns. And this is kind of nice to just hang there every so often. Yeah, this is what happens when you play a game set in your old hometown. I finished work at 5. Want to meet at the front of the
Am
cinema?
I really going to watch a movie with some rando stranger?
Hey, I bet Zeta thinks of you as some rando stranger.
I mean, I like the chutzpah on Luca here. Like, this is actually really hardcore, inviting yourself out on somebody's date.
You're kind of an ass, Luca.
Yeah, I am, Xander.
One fine ass, yes. Alright, heck it. Meet you at 5:30 at the front of the cinema on Saturday. Heck yeah. Free movie. Cool beans. See you then.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Xander.
I'm gonna... are the credits available? Because I just have to check the name of the voice actor. Oh no, it's not who I thought it was. Alright, well... maybe all Australian voiceover actors aged 25 to 45 sound very similar. After hanging up, I pressed a few buttons to save Xander's number into my phone. Oh, what a really solid way to introduce those two characters. Resting my head back on my pillow, I toss my phone to the side. It hits the wall with a thud.
Oh shit!
I hope the screen's not cracked. She'll be alright. It's not an iPhone. Oh, ouch. But fair. Oh, what happened there? After finishing up at work today, I drive my car into the city and park in one of the parking buildings. Oh. I mean, it is on top of a train station. It's always a nightmare driving into the CBD, but the thought of riding public transport is even worse. Excuse me. I'm having unkind thoughts about the person that made this game. During my uni years, I would catch the train during the morning peak hour. I was sleep-deprived, stressed, and would have to stand because I couldn't get a seat. Once I could afford my own car, I happily said goodbye to the days of standing in a packed moving tin can for 40 minutes every morning.
Going up.
Weaving through the busy streets, I rush over to Melbourne Central and catch the elevator up to the cinema floor. What elevator? What the hell? It feels like ages since I last went to the movies. I will admit, I'm excited to sit in the theatre and eat popcorn with someone again.
Doors opening.
Yeah, that's pretty authentic. Look at those stupid terminals. Stepping out of the lift, I make my way to the front of the ticketing area. It's crowded tonight. Social distancing is but a distant memory now. Okay, I'm just going to turn the volume down a little bit. Wait, maybe I'll do it through here. Sound volume. That's better. Okay. Because we still want the voices. As I said, I'm figuring out how to stream, you know. Alright, I scanned my surroundings looking for Xander, but I'm not really sure what I should be looking for. After all I have to go on is the sound of his voice, and it's a nice voice too. I'll give him a call to see where he's at. Oh no. This is so... Okay, this game, the characters blink, there's voice acting, and there's actually interactivity. So for a Renpai game, this is like, it's doing a lot. What a primitive device I'm looking at here. Nowadays, you just summon the person by tapping your Gazorp. Oh, can we call anyone else? Oh no. Oh. Who's Ash? Oh, alright, we'll call Xander. The phone starts ringing.
Hello?
Hey, where are you at? Hi, I'm by the escalators. There's a slight hint of nervous hesitation in his voice. It's kind of cute. I'll come to you. What are you wearing? He gives an awful chuckle. What's so funny? Whoa there, mate. Taking things a little fast, don't you think? Is he trying to make a joke or is he serious? Don't be a dick. What are you wearing? What are you wearing? I want to say nothing at all, but maybe that's a bit too much time for our first meeting. Blue shirt, black pants. Just look out for the guy with blue tips in his hair. I think I see you. I mean, that would help. Oh, whoa. Xander. Hello, Xander. Do you think he walks around? Do you think he just walks around Melbourne Central like this the whole time? I searched my surroundings and found a good-looking guy. Yes. What does that say on his shirt? Fry Panda. Are you the loser with a panda on his t-shirt? I mean, this is the second... Obviously, I don't play many Boy Love games. This is the second one today. The main character in both is kind of mean. But maybe this is the genre. It's like you start slightly antagonistic and you get disarmed. I don't know. He turns around so I can't see his reaction. What, you got a problem with pandas? I would pay money to hear the voice actor say that. It's gotta be him. Nah, mate, they're cute. I hang the call up and skip over to Fry Panda Man. He hasn't lowered his phone yet, but I'm sure it's him. Okay, let's screenshot it. Okay. I'm loving seeing the Hoist logo. It's very authentic. I wonder if they like took a photo of that area.
Xander?
Yeah, you got the wrong guy.
Whoops. Oh, we did like Xander. We did like the Fried Panda guy. Maybe he'll come back later in the game. Because, I mean, you know, do you draw a character just to dispose of them so quickly? He maintains his cautious face for a bit longer before cracking into a fit of laughter. Oh, no, it is him. God, I walked right into that. That was good. That was witty. Oh, so this guy has a sense of humor after all. He lowers his phone and tucks it away in his back pocket. I see. Who's the dick now, eh? I cross my arms and tilt my head up while accusing him. Still, you don't diss the panda shirt. I don't quite get it. Fry Panda? Oh, Fry Pan. I see. You know, if you have to... Yeah, it's alright. I thought I saw his mouth move. He reaches his right hand forward and waits for me to take it. I wasn't. I was dissing you. I mimic his gesture and take his hand. He has a firm but not tight grip. We shake twice before letting go. That's the appropriate amount of shakes for two strangers meeting for the first time, right? What's the social etiquette for these types of situations? Xander puts his hands behind his head and shows a toothy smile. He seems much more confident in person than over the phone. It's sexy, but also confusing. Well, fashion sense aside, what? I think he's... Okay, I almost walked into that again. I was going to say, I think he's quite fashionably dressed. He's wearing a belt. I do dress like a slob. My eyes wander up and down his physique. I can see this genre of games has its attractions. He also has gold eyes. Is that... I feel like I'm getting a sense of the tropes of the genre. Nice strong build, arms that look like it could crush a watermelon. I'm impressed. He's a little taller than me, the perfect height for locking lips without having to crane my neck too high or low. Am I getting ahead of myself? So this guy, he's into Xander a lot faster than... Not Logan. Who was the kid in the other game? Oh, he was into Archie. Yeah. Maybe they should make a combined game of these two. The short he's wearing looks well fitted. I can see the curves of his body, his pecs, his biceps. He must work out. His hair is styled nicely, and I can smell the Lynx deodorant while standing a meter away. Damn, I lick my dry lips. What? Was I staring for too long? I wasn't expecting you to be so good looking. He raises an eyebrow again. Gee, thanks. What were you expecting? The face of a guy that got given a fake number? Xander exhales a long sigh before turning away from me. I don't want to think about it. Let's go watch the movie. He briskly strides towards the cinema. Did I hurt his feelings? I think you did. I rush after him and manage to grab onto his arm. He spins around with a shocked expression.
Wait, what I meant was, you're a good-looking guy. Zeta doesn't know what she's missing out on.
The shock changes to confusion.
You don't need to pity me.
It's not pity. I have ulterior motives.
You have ulterior motives?
Free movie ticket, right?
Tilting his head to one side and scoffing, he curls his lips into a playful smirk.
I never said I was giving you the ticket for free.
I let go of his arm and place both of my hands on his chest, one on top of the other. I widen my mouth in a mock expression of bewilderment, responding with plenty of melodrama in my voice. The one bit that needed to be voiced, they've not done. You're not going to make me pay you back, are you? His coy smile widens as he crosses his arms. You got to earn your gold class ticket. Oh. I see. I lower my hands and return to speaking like a normal person.
All right. How about I buy you a drink afterwards?
Movie and drinks on a Saturday night. This is starting to sound like a date.
Isn't it? You want a drink or not? Okay, fine, but I'm getting a tower. I'm not made of money. Doesn't this guy know the meaning of restraint? Can you finish one on your own? I've always wanted to try. Let me think about that. There's a little bit of pandering in this game. I look him up and down one more time, paying close attention to how his sleeves look too tight for his bulging biceps. He does have a pretty nice smile. He's lucky he's hot. Alright, a tower it is. I raise my right fist in the air and haphazardly swing it around a few times. Heck yeah! Hoo boy, we're in for a ranger tonight. He cracks up laughing with me rather than at me. At least that's what I hope. I'm looking forward to hanging out with him tonight. Come on, let's go watch this movie. Okay, well, we've done our half hour. We've got a few screenshots. Technically we're done. We're done with our Queer Games Heck Yeah for wrong number. But once again, we barely scratched the surface. I'm sensing a flaw with Queer Games Heck Yeah, where really we're just scratching the surface with these games. We're not really giving them we're not getting to the meat of them. I guess it's unavoidable. It's just time constraints. There are 80 games we've got to get through. But, once we've got through those 80 games, maybe we can come back and revisit. But I don't want to commit to that amount of work, right? No matter how much I love queer games. I don't know, it's an interesting... We'll ponder it over the next few sessions. We'll workshop it. My people will talk to your people. We'll do meetings. We'll do just a couple more minutes on this. But then we do have to go. We find our seats in the middle back of the theatre. Okay, where do you sit when you go to a cinema? If you still go to cinemas. I've been on quite a journey with that. I used to sit up right up the back because I always thought it was the coolest place to sit. But then I had a really good friend at uni who always sat at the front because he was like, if I wanted a tiny screen, Luke, I could just watch TV at home. And he kind of, I guess, trained me to sitting right down near the front where the screen just fills your eyeballs. And I've got to say, I've warmed to sitting closer to the front than sitting up the back. Yeah. Ben, if you're watching this, I've kept a little piece of you with me. We find our seats in the middle back of the theatre. There aren't many other people watching the movie with us, empty enough for me to put my feet up on the free seat in front of me. Xander mimics my stance and makes me feel comfortable, and makes himself comfortable. I'm excited for this movie. Me too. Oh, as the lights begin to dim, my attention shifts from Xander to the screen. The movie ends up being nothing out of the ordinary.
Who taught you how to drive?
Who taught you how to shoot?
That was a pretty epic explosion. I know I say that in the cinema all the time.
Nice driving.
Nice shot.
The fake movie soundtrack is spot on. Xander sure looks like he's enjoying himself. I guess the movie's not so bad. I'm a bit disappointed the movie didn't really do it for me, but Xander looked like he was having the time of his life. I guess he is kind of cute in a goofy sort of way. After the movie, I take Xander to one of my favourite pubs in the city. It's literally across from the cinema, and they have live music on certain nights, but that's not why it's one of my favourites. I mean, it's not what I would call a great pub. We managed to nab a booth near the door. I feel a little wasted on just 2 people, but the early bird gets the worm. Leaving Xander to mind our booth, I strut over to the bar and call the bartender over. A new guy that I haven't seen before approaches me. Bartender, what can I get you? I ask for a beer tower. Unfortunately, it's no longer on the menu. Was it because of the vomit? And he instead suggests an alternative. Das Boot! No way. That was a very early viral internet video that I was very fond of. I order 2 and pay on a card before returning to the table. Before sitting on the edge of the plush leather seat, if you haven't seen the Das Boot ad, it's gold. It's some sort of online shop just went completely overboard in making an ad for a novelty product, which is a beer glass in the shape of a boot. But they got the hottest guy in the office to do it, and he does this sort of Euro trash rap. But he really is quite exceptionally fit. There's a lot to like about that video. I'm probably going to watch it after this. Before sitting on the edge of the plush leather seat, I remove my phone and wallet out of my back pocket and place them on the front of me on the table. Nothing's worse than the feeling of sitting lopsided on your backside with a phone that starts heating up like a tiny volcano. Well, the iPhones don't heat up like a tiny volcano. Whatever. Did you get the beer tower? They don't sell them anymore, so I ordered something better. Something better? The bartender saunters over us to carrying 2 25cm tall glasses shaped like German boots. They're filled to the brim with a frothy cold beer. The table shakes as he puts the heavy glasses down, and some of the head spills over the rim of the glass. Here you go, lads. Thanks. You're welcome. Have a good one. He taps his fingers on the edge of the table before turning around and clearing the empty glasses from some other nearby drinkers. I marvel at the monstrosities in front of me. I didn't expect them to be so large. I'm trying to remember the lyrics to the Das Boot song. This is... I know I was like, we can only do a half hour today. We absolutely have to stop. But the mere reference to Das Boot... Das Boot... Beer glass... ad. Okay. Hans Gretel, that's right. Oh, I don't know if you hear that.
I drink the beer from the glass, but that's boring. Das Boot, ooh yeah, that's more like...
It's not boring. Okay, we can't do the whole thing. But I just Google Das Beer Boot featuring Hans Gretel. It'll change your life. Those are huge. What are we talking about? Oh, the glasses, yeah. I grab my boot glass and drag it closer. It has some hefty weight to it. Haha, it's not a tower though. I roll my eyes. They didn't have one. Just be happy with a 1 liter boot, okay? Lifting the heavy beverage with my right hand, I sip from my drink, enjoying the fresh taste. Ah. Okay, well, we are going to stop it there. Thank you all for joining. Queer Games, heck yeah. If you're watching this on the stream or on the video, because I'm going to put these on YouTube, I think. Because why not? We've gone to the effort. What's a little more effort? And that is why my backlog is about 800 items. I found it really, I guess to me, for Queer Games, heck yeah, today, it was really interesting that we got two yaoi, boy love, little dating renpai games together, and you can't avoid comparison, I guess. I think the writing was very similar between the two, like there was no clear standout. I guess I feel a bit of affinity to this one that's set in Melbourne. You know, it's so rare to have a game set in your own time and place, really, so that's always super special. Yeah, no complaints about either. I hope you enjoyed them. The links will be on the, in the description for the video if you're on YouTube, so please download the games. They're super cheap. It's like $10 or something, which is less than the price of a dust boot. And I'll see you next time. Have a good day.
Pouring. I have the German accent, and so of course I love beer. But how much can sie gut hold? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2